Sadhanas from Ribhu Gita by His Holiness Sri Swami Shantananda Puri Maharaj. Chapter 18. To be one with Brahman. There is no fear from a second person or thing when one gets awakened into the non-duality. There is no question of peace or lack of peace. This is the Brahman. May you become one with it. Where there is no resolution to do, and when there is no delusion and the mind has become no mind, may you become identified with that Brahman. Where there is no scholarship or learning, there is no one's own side or opposite side, that is in argument. When there is no defeat or non-defeat, become one with that Brahman always. Where there is no resting after getting liberation, where there is no form of bondage, where there is nothing called a permanent knowledge, become one with that Brahman only. When there is no dispassion, no misapprehension of Shastras, and where you remain as your own self, be always one with that Brahman. Where the mind does not rule over us, where the supreme happiness is, where the state of permanence is there, let you become one with that Brahman. That in which there is neither the frightening fall, nor the wealth of the heaven, nor the Brahmaloka, become one with that Brahman. Where no enlightenment has taken place, where there has been no misapprehension of the world, and where the forms of the various senses and other instruments of activity do not exist, become one with that Brahman. As nothing has happened, neither creation nor dissolution, as such neither ignorance nor enlightenment ever takes place. By knowing which everything gets liberated, after having which nothing else remains to be known, become one with that Brahman. By going on thinking of the Brahman in such terms and forgetting the world and the body, we become identified with that Brahman. When the self is ever content, there is permanent unchanging bliss, and when there is still peace, become one with that Brahman always. Where everything is in the form of consciousness only, where the bliss is flowing like an ocean, and where the Supreme alone reigns, be one with that Brahman always. Where the mind and the body have died, and where the memory has been dissolved, be one with that Brahman. Drowned in whom all efforts cease, drowned in whom one no longer sees the world, and drowned in whom there is no more birth or death, be one with that Brahman. Where the Supreme Brahman alone reigns, where the Supreme Self alone remains, and where the peace of having achieved the highest goal remains, become one with that Brahman. Where all the three modes, namely Sattvaguna, that is the quality of love, harmony, etc., Rajoguna, that is the dynamic quality of being engaged in some activity, and Tamoguna, that is the mode of laziness, procrastination, etc., are transcended, where it is naturally stainless and where it is always pure, be one with that Brahman. Leave off the association with the body just as if it is a corpse, a piece of wood, or a metal block. Abandon the memory of the past association and abide in Brahman alone. I am the truth and the supreme bliss. I am pure, eternal, and blemishless. There is no doubt that all is Brahman and that Brahman I am. Internally, I have the pure knowledge. I am the ultimate refuge of all. All is Brahman and that Brahman am I. Duality and non-duality, happiness and unhappiness, gain and loss, and success and failure, all these are Brahman, and certainly I am that Brahman. The various types of ego which arise out of the wrong identification with the body are all Brahman only. All is Brahman, and without doubt that Brahman am I. I am the supreme truth. I have firm faith in this. This firm conviction is because of my firm faith in the teachings of the Sadguru. It can never be pointed out that He is God. If there is a God, you should be able to point out. He is God. If there is none, how can it be expressed? Remain in a natural manner with a peaceful mind, bereft of all desires and ever perfect. Never think, I am the Brahman who is all and who is plenary. One should remain as the Brahman and never think that I am the Brahman. Secrets, mantras, scriptures, truth, body, birth and death, cause and effect, pure and auspicious, lust and anger, greed and delusion, pride and envy, defects due to duality, fear, sorrow, all these never exist. Nothing called the Jiva, that is the individual soul, nor what is called Isha, that is the controller of the world, nor even the words Jiva and Isha ever exist. They are all fabricated through imagination. There is nobody called ignorant, or with a discriminative wisdom, or pure, etc. There is no divine sound called Om, or Self, or Guru, or Disciple. Here ends Chapter 18.